Hello, viewers. Tonight, I would like to talk about the Spirit Calling Bell in Elden Ring, which, truth be told, is, as it would so happen to be, a necromantic bell, so to speak, which that definition is somewhat interesting. Some people think it has to do with zombies, but not really. It mostly has to do with spirits. But it has to do with the spirits of the dead and other spirits, or even communicating with dead people in order to learn about the future, and many other different things. Conjuration of spirits, of the spirits of the dead, for purposes of magically revealing the future or influencing the courses of events. So necromancy actually has to do with the spirits of the dead, not so very much summoning zombies from graveyards or making skeletons go around and do things. Necromancy has more of a spiritual component, so to speak, or at least the idea is to talk with and communicate with spirits. So, this is the Spirit Calling Bell that we get from Ronnie, or we buy in Round Table Hold. So, it's a bell capable of summoning various spirits from ashen remains. Ash is something I will be investigating later, as I continue to use this forum. But spirits can only be summoned in the vicinity. Okay. I mean, the description does not really have very much about it, but we can use real-world sources to understand more about necromantic bells. So, here from the Encyclopedia of Witches, Witchcraft, and Wicca, 3rd edition by Rosemary Ellen Guiley, is a very good resource for this type of information. If you know where to look, you can find it for free. I'm not going to specify which sites. Maybe one day I will tell people about my sources. Now, the necromantic bell of Girardias. Bells have been used in rituals for summoning the dead. One such necromantic bell is that of Girardias. 18th century French instructions specified that the bell be cast from an alloy of gold, silver, fixed mercury, tin, iron, and lead at the exact day and hour of birth of the person who intends to use it. The bell was to be inscribed with various astrological symbols and the magical words of Adonai, Jesus, and the Tetragrammaton. See the names of power. The bell was to be wrapped in green taffeta and placed in the middle of a graveyard in the cemetery. It was to be left there for 7 days, during which time it absorbed certain vibrations and emanations. At the end of the week, the bell was properly cured for necromancy rituals. Okay. So these bells are real things. We have seen different bells in the FromSoft series of RPGs, such as the bell ringing women. We have seen bells in Dark Souls, of course we know. Though I think this particular bell, we would relate more to the bell ringing women, who can summon spirits of different enemies to fight and really sort of summon enemies with a type of red outline on them, so to speak, or however they looked in Bloodborne. But FromSoft have used this idea of a sort of bells to summon spirits before. Now, taffeta is a sort of crisp, smooth, it's a type of fabric. Now, that component is not really had in this bell. I mean, there is no fabric. However, we do see that the particular metals used, they do seem to be a mixture of different, we see some yellowish here, we see some orange here, and we kind of see a silverish type of color. So, truth be told, this could be very accurate to what we have read. Gold, silver, fixed mercury, and lead. But, it seems quite interesting. So, we have this picture here where my character is ringing the bell. With one hand, she is holding the bell. With the other hand, she has a stone cube, which some of us have probably wondered, well, what implications could a stone cube have? Why would you ring a bell that has, and carry a stone cube with it? Now, the mouth of the bell, as far as I know, is it circular or is that octagonal? But who knows? But anyhow, for a stone cube, that has symbolism. A cube represents the earth, the material world, the four elements, the foundation of the cosmos. Cubes represent wholeness and also truth, because the view is the same from every angle. Cubes also symbolize solidity and firmness, and allegories represent persistence of the virtues. Chariots and thrones are often represented as cubes. In alchemy, the cubes is the squaring of the circle, or completion and wholeness. It also represents salt. And salt has some implications, and some people may know that salt has some different things having to do with, spirits and ghosts and necromancy, so to speak. So summoning spirits with the bell and giving them firmness and solidity with the stone cube. You carry the cube, and basically it's almost as though you're giving the spirit some type of physical reality, so to speak. So stone has some implications too. Now, I think this is made of stone. I think it's pretty obvious that this is made of stone. So I decided to research stone. Stone is a symbol of being, of cohesion, and harmonious reconciliation with self. The hardness and durability of stone have always impressed men, suggesting to them the antithesis of two biological things, subject to the laws of change, decay, and death, as well as the antithesis to dust, sand, and stone splinters. As aspects of disintegration, the stone, when whole, symbolized unity and strength. When shattered, it signified dismemberment, physical disintegration, infirmity, death, and annihilation. Now, it almost seems as though the stone cube has sort of the top open, but I do not know. But I know it is a stone cube. So it is almost as though you are summoning the spirit and you're reifying, or rather making something abstract more concrete or real, and you're sort of ringing the bell. The spirit comes and you have the stone cube in your hand. It's almost as though you're sort of giving it some type of realness, some type of firmness. You're making it solid enough to fight on the physical, on a physical plane of existence. It is a very interesting idea. So, I mean, this as necromancy in Elden Ring is very interesting. That is indeed what we might very well consider to be real necromancy, based on the references that we have from books. So, the authors and the people who have made this game, they certainly did know what they were doing. this is a very interesting bell that we are given, to be entirely honest. And this was a short post, but I plan to make a video for every post. Please, feel free to join the forum if you would like, to share your ideas and your information. I will be doing more videos at some point. Alright. May you be blessed, and farewell.